I'm good.
12 o'clock.
Okay, keep your voice down.
You got the coming up screen.
Hi everyone. Welcome to another Crafting Live with Polkadoodles. And we are live and no problems, so that's great. That's a good start to a Monday, isn't it? So I hope you've all had a wonderful Easter. So happy Easter. And I hope you're all sitting around at home having a nice relaxing time, maybe doing a little bit of crafting, maybe you're watching in between crafting, I hope. So if you don't know who I am, because obviously there's been loads of changes in the UK craft industry over the last couple of years, certainly in the last year or the last few months anyway. So in case you don't know who I am, my name's Nikki Hall and I'm the co-owner with my husband Chris, who's here watching all of you on Facebook and responding to comments and things. And Polkadoodles is a UK craft company, and we manufacture and design our own stamps, dies, papers, what else? Tools, embossing folders, everything paper crafty we do, and also we now produce MDF craft blanks as well. So if you love decorating wooden shapes or having a little dabble with your MDF, you're going to love this show today. So I'm here today just to kind of show you kind of some of the things that we do. Polkadoodles has been around since 2009, so it's our 16th birthday coming up in a couple of weeks' time. So watch out for something special there. Just before we get started, I need to just let you know that we've got a special discount code for you. So we're here live on Craft Store. And so as a little treat just for you guys that watch the live, you can use code CS30 and you can get 30% off your order until I think it's Wednesday. So you've got a couple of days to do it. So you don't have to rush. So watch the live first and then you can go and shop after the live. We'll be posting links in the comments to all the products that I'm going to show you today. And also the other thing that we've got to, just two more things before we get started. You need to comment, so type in the comments win, W-I-N, and at the end of the live we'll pick a random winner to get a £25 gift voucher for the store. So you could literally win your order today. So £25, that's a massive prize for one lucky winner. It will be drawn at the end of the live. So if you're coming in and you're watching the replay, I'm sorry, but you've missed out on that one. And the other thing is, if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of our lives, then we actually have like a little subscriber list. So if you go to the link that Chris is going to post in the comments, there's actually like a little mini mailing list for the lives. So you can actually get a reminder and that will email you out before that actually goes live each time, and then you're not going to miss one. So you'll just get a little email, and we promise not to spam you. You're not signing up to anything amazing. We don't share your details. So it's just literally so that you don't miss out on those. So if you are interested in any of the products, just look in the comments, and as I say, we'll be posting the links to the products. We've actually got a special category on the website for today's show. So if you go on the website, there's a little ticker thing up there, look, and it gives you the website link. So if you can just pause afterwards if you need the link. But it's just there. It says Craft TV on the front page of the website and go to today's date. Before I forget, more exciting news coming up this week is that on the 24th, I can't remember what day that is, I don't know what day it is, I think it's Thursday the 24th, you can join Dawn Wheeler live on the craft store. Like she'll be live in the studio doing some demos, she'll have some more offers. So she'll be live at 10 and at 4 o'clock UK time. So she'll have lots and lots of goodies to show you and good offers. But anyway, your offer today is CS30 for 30% off. So let's get started, shall we? So I thought that what we would do today is actually show you some of our lovely, well, lots of different things actually. I kind of really want to get started with some with lots of different things. So we've kind of done lots of new releases lately, and we one of the things that's really popular for a really long time, I've wanted to do some MDF kits, and because I love 3D crafting, I really like 3D crafting. So I'm going to show you some of our MDF today. I thought, seeing as it's Easter and maybe we've all been getting a little bit crafty, let's have a look at some MDF. So this is our gorgeous, super cute Highland cow. So let me just go onto a different camera so you can maybe see it a little bit better. So our Highland cow, as you can see, this is great for anyone really, but I just think it's a fantastic gift. If you've got kids or you need to keep anyone entertained, it might be a bit late for the Easter holidays now. I don't know when they go back. I think, is it next week they go back? I'm not sure. Or is it this week because it's so late into it? I think they might be back in the next couple of days. But even think about this for your half term or for some holidays or just for anyone that loves it. This has been so popular. We've sold so many of these. And basically what makes ours different is look how thick this is. Look how many layers you're getting. So just to show you what actually you're going to get. So I painted this one. Isn't he cute? He. I think it's a he actually. So it comes on this really sturdy stand. And you basically are going to just layer this up. So you can paint it and layer it, or you can layer it and paint it. It's up to you whether you want to paint it afterwards. Personally, I did this one, and it was the first one that I did. And in hindsight, I painted it first. And in hindsight, when I was actually attaching it all, I kind of thought I've wasted a lot of time painting it first. I would have been better assembling it first and then painting it afterwards. But you get full, there isn't really any instructions because it all comes layered up. But you get a full picture of this included, so you have a reference point for your painting. And all you need is just some cheap acrylics. You don't need to have any fancy paints or anything like that. You can colour it with matte alcohol markers if you want, or even your pencils if you want. And you can do it how you want, but look at the dimension on this. It's really sturdy. It's like a proper piece of like home decor. I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments. So we've got Elaine in there, and Lynn, well done, ladies. Don't forget, enter win to get in that with that code, with that chance of your code. I'm going to just put that up there, and don't forget your discount code there as well. So in addition, what goes with that, I'm going to show you in a second what comes with it. But this is what you're actually going to get. So rather than just show you a whole load of bits, it's going to come flat packed, and you just pop all these pieces out, and then this is what you're going to actually receive. So you can see, again, you've got all that dimension, and all you do, each of these, all these bits, I don't know if you can see here, each layer is engraved so you can see where to place the pieces. Now you get lots and lots of extra pieces in this. And this is where our kits are a little bit different to other people. Ignore the engraving there, you're not going to get that on there. But you see like his hooves here, his hooves. Do cows have hooves? Is it a hoof? I think it is. But this has got so many layers. Now you can choose how many of these layers you want to put on. And one little tip I would say is I would glue all of those together first and then attach them, because as I was kind of going through and doing them one at a time with each layer, it was getting a little bit more difficult to actually to line them up. It was just easier to put them all on. But you can see the level of detail and dimension you get in here. And obviously what I love about this is you've got elements that you can you can choose not to put on, and you're going to have bits left over as well. So you've even got like layers on your little tulips here, the watering can, and it's two big pieces, so you get like one whole, that's the back, and then the other side is engraved, and you place the next side on there, and then it's just like decoupaging with wood. It's just fab. So you've got that, and then also what you can get to go with it, which is available separately, we made this separately for you, is this cute Love Move sign. So Highland cows are everywhere at the minute. They're like hot to trot. They're kind of, I think they've become a kind of like new gnome or a new owl. Remember owls? Remember Polkadoodles started it. So you can, we also made this like cute little sign to go with it. Now you don't have to use this obviously if you don't want to. Hi Helen, hi Wendy. So don't forget to enter in to be in with your code. I'm just bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to turn that off because it's a bit irritating. Where are we? Let me put that one on. Look, I'll just put that on for a few minutes. Chris, remind me to keep turning the codes on for people when they're joining. Okay. So you can you can add this. You might just want this on its own. It would be quite cute. Maybe you call someone a silly moo, but I love this. Love moo till the cows come home, and it's just such a nice little kind of easy stand to make. Maybe it's for someone's desk or whatever. You could even use it for like Father's Day, which is coming up, couldn't you, or Mother's Day if you in the US. But the whole point was that you get that and you put this with it as well, so you can have that just sitting behind it, and it's just a great little, we call these shelf sitters because they're going to kind of sit on a shelf. They're like a great decoration. So what you would get, this is just an example. So with the Love Moo kit, if you've not seen any of our MDF kits, this all just pops out, so it just pops out easily. I wouldn't paint it whilst it's flat like this, because what happens is the paint goes into the grooves and it makes it hard to pop out. It tends to act as a glue. So make sure you pop everything out first, and then you actually paint it. You could ink it if you want to. Excuse that one, it's got a bit splattered. I think that was a test one and I've had it underneath everything else. But you can see, I mean, you could just use that on its own, couldn't you? You could do what you want. You could use that on its own, and you could use that for something else. Completely up to you. It's your kit. Do what you want with it. So that's available. So that's the Highland cow. I'll try and get round to decorating something today if we can. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is, I'm just going to swap over cameras. So I need to be here for this. Okay. So, excuse my back. I want to just show you this. This is amazing. So I don't know if you saw us on Hobby Maker, but in fact I'm going to have, this is so big I've got to zoom out. Let me get rid of this now because you've seen that enough. So, oops, there we go. Okay, so this beauty, look how big this is. It's huge. So I made this. Home decor is really in home decor right now. If you go into any of the sort of big shops like Home Baggers or B&M, wherever it is, you will see all the welcome signs for your front door. And in America, this is a really big thing that they do. And they have all these lovely welcomes. And it's kind of catching on here. So I wanted to kind of do our version of it, if you like. I'm not very good at showing this. I just want you to see how big it is. So this measures in width 12 I think it's about 14 inches wide. And then in height, I don't know, it's 68 centimeters, pretty much 2 foot high. Okay. And what this is, let me just bring that in. Okay. So you can see how dimensional this is, and you're getting all of this. So this is the rustic post. And this is, we separated this out. So you just, there's a kit just for this, and that means that you can do whatever you want with it. So you could decorate the front, you can do what you want. You're not going to get the chicken wire in this kit. This is actually part of something else. But all you're going to do with this, it comes flat packed. So this is the actual kit that you're going to get. So it's all flat packed. It looks really complicated. It is so easy to make. So this is in, the main post is just in 4 pieces for the main post. It does go front and back because it's really thick. So this is a centimetre thick. In fact, it's a little bit wider than a centimetre, I think. And what happens is, well, I can't say never going to break, but this is super sturdy because the way we designed this is you've got 3 panels down the front that all interlock. So you glue the 3 panels, which are these bits here. So these interlock. So you've got this is the center, and you can see these even have a dovetail joint on to make it even more secure. Let me just go in overhead so you can see a little bit better. So this slots into here, and then it all slots into the base, and you just glue it in. And then you have these sections here, which sits across the join. So basically, you're then going to glue that on, and it will completely cover and make that join secure, so that join can't come undone, and that's what makes it really, really secure. And all these pieces here, these also sit on top. So it's all like locked in underneath. So you can see underneath, this is your slots underneath, and the main post comes into here. So you can see the width that we've got, and it just means that that ain't going anywhere. It's not coming out. Even if you drop it, I would be surprised if you could break it. Now, what I've done is I've actually just done a bit of a whitewash with paint on this, and then these sections, I wanted it to look like it was distressed metal. So can you see I've got a bit of a shine going on there? So I just basically used some gilding waxes and just like different colour paint, put a little bit of blue in there. And then this part is really thick. So this, you actually get 3 sections in your kit to actually build this. Like I say, no, in the actual kit, if you buy the rustic post, there isn't the chicken wire. It's like a blank one, which means you can put something else in. Now, where this comes in, why there's a chicken wire here is, whoops, I'm catching things. So we then have, let me get rid of this. We then have this kit here, which is called Welcome to the Coop. So with this one, I wanted this to kind of be really for the kitchen. So we have 3 different sign sets. So this one I love, and you can see how much dimension. So this is where you get the chicken wire, and you get a couple of different pieces. So you get this one, and then you'll also have an extra one. So again, it's really chunky and really, really substantial. So if you wanted to gift this, now in my mind, when I made this and designed it, I made this for you to sell at craft fairs. So you can do that happily. We are more than happy for you to sell at a craft fair. So this is the Welcome to the Coop. Now, I don't know if you can see on here, there's some little tiny magnets that I put on here, little neodymium magnets. And what I did was I actually put them on the back of my sign as well. Now, I've not finished it on purpose. I would normally finish it, but I'm not going to see that back because of the coop thing. So look, now that just snaps in place on there. And now we've got this gorgeous sign that can stand in the kitchen or in your porch, in a conservatory, wherever you want it to go. Now, there are actually two other options that I'm going to show you as well. So these are separate. So you buy whichever sign you want, or you could get all of them if you want to interchange them. My plan was, if you use the magnets, you can then just snap them on and off, and you can interchange them. So the next one we've got for you is the hummingbird. So I love this one. Now again, ignore the chicken wire. You wouldn't have that behind. I made a mistake when I was decorating it, and I didn't want to redo it. So I kind of got carried away because I loved this one, and so I glued my chicken wire in. But you won't have the chicken wire. This will just have a hole that goes through, which makes it really elegant. So this is the hummingbird one, and again, you can see how big. Look at the size of my hand. This is substantial. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So look how pretty. So I've decorated this, I put a little bit of sparkle on there with some glitters. Really easy. And the really fun thing about this, again, you're getting like 2-3 layers in here. You can decorate this however you want. I find often with craft kits like this, other people or other brands tend to make it so you can they engrave everything so that you can place it, then you know where to place things. But that means you can only decorate it that one way. You can't put your own stamp on it because everything's all pre-done for you. So with these, you have artistic license on this, so you can decorate it exactly how you want it to be. So you're going to have lots of things left over. You'll definitely have lots of flowers left over in this. I struggled to actually use them. But look how pretty that bird is. Gorgeous. And the dimension on there. If you actually made that for somebody and gifted that, they would be absolutely wowed with it. It's gorgeous. And then the next one that we have for you is this one. And this, we had to do butterflies, didn't we? We all love a butterfly. Look at the dimension on this. Sorry, I'm struggling. My post's falling around. Hang on. Let me just... I'm knocking everything off my desk. Okay. Look at this. How gorgeous is this? So you've got this gorgeous 3D butterfly, and look how dimensional that is. So once you add that onto your post, or not, you could just hang this with some ribbon or some string and put that on your front door. Completely up to you. But look how pretty that is. And again, I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera or not, but there's lots of sparkle on here. I actually glittered these. And because they're separate elements, you don't even have to put this butterfly on if you don't want, or you don't have to put this one on. You can do what you want. I love these little cutout flowers on this one. So, sorry, I'm just looking to see if there's any comments. Just if you've got any questions or any comments, just let me know. I'm not seeing them. So it says 18 comments, and I can't see 18 comments. Where are we? Oh, there they are now. Oh, sorry, it's not refreshing. I can only see 4 comments. Can you?
I can't.
Is that, sorry, guys.
Yeah, there was some earlier, but
I don't know what's happening. It's not showing me all your. It's not showing me all your comments. I can only see 4 comments. So, and actually, they're Chris's comments, not anybody else's now. So, I don't know what's going on. Why I can't see them. So, apologies. Chris, you can't see them either, can you?
well, there isn't any.
There is. There's 18 comments. But no, they're not coming through. Sorry, I don't know why. We'll try and find out why they're not coming through. Maybe I'm in the wrong account. Hang on. Let me just bear with me, guys. Let me see, because I don't want to miss your comments if you've got any questions. Oops. Oh, and I've lost. Sorry. Bear with me. Oh, what's going on? There we go. I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Right, anyway, never mind. So just be aware we can't actually see your comments. I'm sorry. So that's the sorry, that's put me off my stride now. That's the butterfly kit. So, like I said before, you can put that onto your post if you want, and again, ignore the chicken wire, but you can see how pretty that's actually going to be.
Joan Barker's asking what height and width are these?
Okay, so Joan, look, this is how big it is. Ooh, look, so we've worked it out. It's actually 2 foot high, and it's about 14 inches wide. So you can see it's really substantial. It was made so that you can put it into. You can either put it on the side in a kitchen. Whoops, it will stay on. Make sure you use strong magnets if you're going to do that. Look, it does stay on. I hadn't put it on properly. So yeah, I've made it on purpose. Look, this is the base. You can see it's really chunky. So the base is 1 centimetre thick, and the post itself is a good centimetre thick as well. So it's not flimsy. It was made to go in your kitchen, on your shelf, in a bathroom maybe. I mean, obviously you're not going to say welcome in your bathroom. You might do, I don't know. But porch, we've got a conservatory, and so mine is going to go in the conservatory window, and I kind of want it there for when it's the first thing people see when they come to the drive. So it's going to sit there in the conservatory next to the front door and just say welcome. So, gorgeous for gifting, really is gorgeous. Now, the other thing, this is another reason why I wanted to bring you this and show you this. The other thing you can use this for, forget the sign. So remember, on the sign, when you buy just the welcome post, you're not going to get the chicken wire with it, okay? So it's just blank, so you have a hole in here. And the reason I did that is so that you can put your own sign in. Now, if you think about it, do you sell at craft fairs? Do you sell your crafts at a craft fair? Because this is why I made it. This is another reason. So to me, I would be, if I'm selling at a craft fair, I would be buying this and I would make my own sign with my business name on. Or the other thing that I would do is I would have more than one. So I would, this is never going to go out of stock. We make these. We actually make these ourselves. We don't buy them anywhere else. So this is not going out of stock. So what I would do if I'm selling at a craft fair, I would have one of these with my business name on. I would then have one with one of the signs on, whatever it is. People love chickens for some reason. I don't know why, but they love chickens. But also they do love butterflies. When my sister came the other week and saw this, she was like, oh my God, I need that. And she's not a crafter. I had to send her away with some paint and a kit and everything because she just fell in love with it. And then all of her yummy mummy friends have also ordered them as well. So I would have my business sign as this, put your business name on there, or put one of your signs on and put your business name on the top here. But I think it would be nice to actually have Nikki's Cards and Crafts on here. And then I would have a blank one. I'd get another one, and then I would make interchangeable signs with it. And I would be selling these because this is one of those things that when people that go to craft fairs see it, because the things they want are things for their home or for gifts and things like that. And I would literally be swapping it. During the day, I would be swapping them around, and I would have it as a display thing as well. You could even sell the paint for them to decorate it, but this was nothing fancy. I did this with a bit of emulsion, white emulsion, and just dry brushed it on to get that wood effect. Just dry brush it on. Can you see? Yeah, and then the other thing I did was I got my pokey tool, and can you see the wood grain on there? The way that I got that is I dragged my pokey tool through the paint. Okay, so I feel like I'm banging on, but I love this kit so much. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So there, your welcome pack, your butterfly, your hummingbird, welcome to the coop, and it's the rustic signpost kit. Now, what else have we got? Do you want to see some more MDF? Joan, yeah. Think next to large Tudor dollhouse. Yeah, absolutely. That would look amazing. Yes, that would be so nice. So we've got now just a different option. Maybe you don't like the actual big post, or you haven't got room for it, or whatever. So we've got something different for you. So how about more of a traditional welcome sign? So this is going to go on your front door, you know, on an internal door, maybe, up to you. In a window, it could be. Again, I think this will look gorgeous in a porch, on a conservatory door, completely up to you. Let me turn this one over. Now this, again, you can see how big this is. This is 12 inches, so it's 12 by 12. Um, it's got a little hole in the top here, so you can actually hang it, create your own little hanger. And again, look at the dimension that you're getting in this. So you've got all of these layers, look. Now you don't have to put all these layers on. You're going to receive them in your kit, but it's up to you what you want to do. I put some pinfly glue gel under here just to raise that up. You've got tons of ladybirds and flowers. I went a little bit mad and put nearly the whole kitchen sink on here. But completely up to you what you want to do in terms of kind of decorating that. So, you know, you can do what you want. Again, I kind of just dragged a paintbrush across to make it look like wood underneath. I mean, it is wood, it's MDF, but that's, you know, you can see that's as big as that. If you had a clock mechanism, you could even make a clock out of it if you wanted to. But really gorgeous. Put some little tonic dewdrops there. And then I've got another version of that to show you as well. So again, you know, it all comes flat packed like this. I want to show you this because you do get some instructions. It's very easy. I mean, like I say, it's up to you how you want to put it together. It's just gluing the pieces in, to be honest. But the one thing I want to show you is that I've given you big full colour photos so you can see mine if you want to follow it, and you've got some inspiration there. And then just to show you another version, so Maz on the design team, she made her version. So this is what I love about our kits, is that you can do what you want with it. So same kit, mine, the flowers are falling out of the top of the bucket. Here, Maz used the bucket as like a planter. So completely different, but the same kit and gorgeous. And that's the difference, is that you can actually do what you want with these. You can add glitter on, do whatever you want. You know, we're not dictating on other ones. You know, you would have this engraved, so you have to place that in there. There's no artistic expression. The other thing on the, just before I forget, the other thing on the Welcome to the Coop, I need to just show you. On Welcome to the Coop sign, I missed some bits off. Look, on your Welcome to the Coop sign, I forgot, you also get a little bucket of eggs, and you also get a chicken. Now this chicken slots, I always forget about this. Let me just grab it again. Look, this chicken and the bucket slot into there. So look, that actually slots in place, and you can put your bucket in there as well. I actually doubled mine up so it won't fit in the slot, but if you don't decoupage that up, it also fits into the slot there, which just makes it even cuter. So for a kitchen, I just think that's adorable. Or maybe you know someone who lives on a farm. You know, if it's someone that's, you know, lives in a farmhouse or something like that. Or maybe it's just someone who loves chickens. There's lots of people out there that collect chickens, you know. Chris is laughing at me. Well, it's true. There's chickens and cows. People love chickens and cows.
I love chicken.
You love chicken, dear. I think the chicken you love is southern fried, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
So, okay. So here's another one I want to show you as well. So let me just go here and show you this one. So this is our dream. It's quite hard to see these behind me, you know, with me behind it. I don't like it. Let me see if I can get out of the way. So this is the Dreamy Hairs kit here. So again, all flat packed. And this one, you've got the stand, and then everything slots in. Okay, so you can see you've just got 5 slots, and you've got these big sections. So this is a big kit again. So this is a good 12 inches again. Here's my 12-inch ruler. Yeah, pretty much just over 12 inches high, and the same on the width. The actual base is 12 inches, okay? And it's 6 inches, just over 6 inches deep in depth. So you need a 6-inch shelf for it to sit on, basically. This is so easy to do because all you're going to do is put your sections into the slots, and then you just decorate them however you want. Let me just go overhead so you can see that. Okay, that's better, so you can see it better. So you can see how you've got all this dimension going on, look. Now, on this one, what I would do, because you can't, it's not very easy to get your paintbrush in these sections. So I would just paint these sections first, the green bits, and then, but leave a section at the bottom of each piece undone. So, how much time are we on? Am I going to have time to make a kit?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. I don't know if I will. Let me see. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I've got lots of other things I wanted to show you, but never mind. Okay, so again, you're going to get your instructions here. And not just one page, look. I'm giving you the full colour picture of the one that I made. You'll be able to see what the bits are and any tips on decorating and everything. And then just some close-ups so you can actually see. For instance, on here, I did a close-up of the bunnies so that you could see how I actually coloured mine. I'm going to just show you mine so that you can see it. So here's the one that I did. Oops, let me move that out of the way. So again, you've got two different versions. Now this makes a really nice gift, I think. So you can do lots of different things with this. Now the star bit is wobbly, but it's kind of that way on purpose because I wanted you to be able to have some movement. And when it actually sits forward, it does actually kind of come forward. Can you see how it actually springs forward a little bit? Which is really nice. It's very secure. It's 3mm MDF, so it's nice and thick, but it's just nice because it gives you the dimension when you're actually looking at it from the front. It's quite difficult for me to show you that, but you see how the bunnies are all decorated, and there's lots and lots of texture on there as well. So there's a nice close-up picture in there so you can see how I did it, and it's so simple. You're just literally you can see it a little bit better because I went a bit simpler. But one thing I would say is glue paint these, and remember you've got where you paint makes it thicker, so it might not fit into the slots. So just leave a few millimeters. You'll see where the base is, and just leave that bottom edge so that you can glue it into the slots securely. Otherwise, you might have problems with it fitting in. But that's basically all you really need to think about. And you can obviously decorate it as you want. Like Maz went crazy with hers. She added some of our chipboard flowers. You're getting flowers in some of the other kits that you'll be able to use your leftovers on. And again, that chipboard behind, which just works perfectly. So I love this where she's added all this little fake moss in there. She did tell me how she did that, and I can't remember now what she did. But it's like fake grass. It's so cute. Have we got any comments, Chris?
No.
So that's that. So shall we see how you're going to put this kit together? So this is what you're going to get, and you're just going to pop these pieces out. So as you can see, they all come out really easily. If they don't, if you have any mishaps, if you find anything won't release, it does happen occasionally if the machine goes a little bit nuts, then, get in touch and we'll replace it for you. There's no problem with that at all. So, because we're not relying on someone else to make these, and we're doing it, we make them here, then, we can, if you lose any bit, break anything, you shouldn't, but if you do, just let us know and we'll sort that out for you. So you can see how easy it is. Now, you've got your bunny ears here, so they're just going to sit on top of there. You've got an extra little ear there to decoupage him. That's your bunny's done. How easy is that? And then you've also got your base. Now, this piece, this is a bit of a Brucey bonus, this, because you don't even need that piece. But what you could do is you could glue everything in place, put your slots in, and then you could actually use that underneath if you wanted to. So for instance, let me, gosh, I'm a bit fingers and thumbs. So what you could do is use it underneath there, and it would just raise it up a little bit. This piece goes on top of there to actually create a decoration, so it just lifts that off your surface rather than it just being two. But I would use that for something else. I'd use it as a little sign or something like that. And you know, it's completely up to you. Now, this is what I was saying about when you come to paint it. You see here, this is the bit that's going to actually glue into your channel there. So I wouldn't paint that bottom bit, that bottom section. You need to just paint the top, really. So just leave a little section, only a little bit, about 3mm along the bottom, and then it'll glue into place a bit better. And then you've got your other sections here, and again, it's up to you where you want to place these, how you want them to go in. Completely and utterly your choice. And then you've got all your little flowers and things that you can decorate with as well. So these sections, you can see they all just layer up like that, and then you're just going to add them into these slots here. Okay, and then your bunnies go in here like this. Now obviously mine are falling over a little bit, that's alright, you can at least see it, and you know, they're a little bit wider, so you need to, there should be like a reasonably tight fit. This one is designed to be quite loose, and you know, I like it at an angle because it sits really nicely and kind of goes with the other trees. If you want it upright, that's completely up to you. So you do those however you want to do it. It's completely up to you. And this little bit is your bunny tail there, which I didn't have on mine, I lost it. So but that's your little bunny tail. So really, really super cute. And all you're going to do is just paint that however you want. Ink it if you want to. Completely up to you. I'm going to see if I can see your comments again. Where are we? 24 comments now. But I still can't see them, which is weird. Maybe I need to actually, bear with me. Maybe I need to see the last 4. Yeah, maybe I need to click in. Oh, I can see them now. You need to click in the video. Oh, yeah, it really helps. Yeah, it really helps. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, don't forget, just as a little reminder, don't forget, there's a giveaway. So, you need to comment win, and you'll be in the giveaway to win a £25 voucher to spend in the store. I hope you're all having a lovely Easter. Yeah? Cool. Now, another thing that I want to show you today is, whoops, where are we? I need to find it first. Where's it all gone? Oh, let me see. We are going to make something. Except I've lost my bits and pieces. Okay, so one of the other things, today I'm kind of focusing on dimensional crafting, if you hadn't noticed. So one of the things that we've started to actually bring you, because really I love it so much, is chipboard sheets. So chipboard is normally really expensive, and basically this is kind of like your 3D die cuts, if you like. So where your dies couldn't cut through something this thick unless you had a really big fat thick big die, we can actually do precision laser cutting for you on these. So these are just lovely. So this is our chipboard sheets, and we've got lots of these in the store now. This is a part of the can't remember what it's called now. Chris will put the links in for you. But you've got all these that basically are just going to fall out. I've glued mine to the back of my piece of card here. This is the sentiments and frames. We've got the botanicals here, so you've got lots of flowers. We've got 12 by 12, sorry, I was trying to think then what they were called, 12-inch borders. These are gorgeous. I'm going to show you these properly in a second. Then we've got our jars and vases, and you in this kit, you get a few sheets of this. Now, these are gorgeous. So you're getting all these mason jars. You get labels. These are all labels that you can use and little bows that you can use. And you actually get a frame and an inside piece here. And you'll see why in a second when I show you what you can do with that. Oh, and then in that kit as well, if you go for the big bundle, you also get these, which are bases. And what this does is it enables you to make the cutest little, oops, gosh, everything's got stuck and damaged. Okay. So it enables you to make all of these cute little decorations. I just bent that one back. So these are good. This is your slot here. So this is MDF, and then basically chipboard is like a very thick cardboard that you can decorate. Instead of it being brown, which makes it difficult to kind of get any colour onto, you can actually decorate it and colour it with your alcohol markers, with your inks. You can do whatever you want with these. So look at this, little cute boots. Aren't they cute? So on this one, we actually stamped some flowers and die cut flowers. And this is dimensional look. So again, let me go over to a, there you go. So you can see these actually do stand up. Let me see if I can get my camera around a little bit better. Don't think I can right now. No, maybe not. Get it in there. Whoops, sorry. Okay. But you can see that they all stand up. These make the most gorgeous gifts. So again, if you were selling at a craft fair, or you know, for anything, these are just so lovely. Look how cute. They're not too big. And all these are these jars. And I'm going to show you how we're going to make these. I'm going to actually make some. If I can just grab my, I forgot to grab my bits. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, gosh, that's heavy. I'm a little bit addicted to chipboard right now, I have to say. So just to, I'm going to move that out of the way. So I've got here all mine that are just kind of pushed out. So you can see how many pieces you get in this kit. And I've actually used loads of this already. So here you can see we actually have, that's your mason jar. And then you actually can pop out the frame for this. And that means that you can also add vellum in there. You can make it into proper vases. You can do whatever you want with it. Now, how we use these, you get these little bases, like I say, and there are different sizes. So you've got some that are bigger than others. And then what you can do is you can actually slot the chipboard into your base. And I'm just going to put 2 together like that, okay? And then we're going to just decorate in between. And then if you want it to be permanently like that, you can actually, I mean, you don't have to use the base. You can do it separately. And then just glue them together. And if you don't use the base, you can actually send these flat. So let's have a look. Let me grab my chipboard flowers and some of the other pieces. Okay, let me just put these to one side. And you've also got a little planter in there, which is really cute. That's the one that we used for this one. So you get 2 little planters. So they're all designed to go back to back and make these gorgeous little 3D planters. Look, isn't that cute? Just that on a shelf. Can you imagine if someone's in hospital and you wanted, obviously you can't take flowers now, can you? But you could just take that in and put it on their bedside table, couldn't you? On, not bedside table, on the locker next to them, couldn't you? And that'd be so cute. And it's not too big. It's not going to get in the way in the hospital, but they're going to absolutely love it. I'll show you some of the others that we did. Okay, look at this one. This is so cute. So in this kit, you're going to get the sentiments in there as well. So again, we've die cut flowers in here. And then on this one, I actually put glossy accents on the boots. Just so dimensional, but so easy to make. And again, they're the sort of things I think that sell really well at craft fairs. I know certainly when I was used to go to craft fairs, they were the things that people would always buy because they're a bit different. Here's another one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Got a piece of, you can't even see, can you? There we go, that's better. Look, a little watering can there with all the flowers in, and that's the one out of the frames. And because you get a couple, you'll be able to layer those up and do what you want with it. Okay, so let's make some. So, where's my flowers gone? I've got that much on my desk now, I can't see. So I'm just going to grab some of my 3D flowers. What should we do? The boots. I think I might only have one of them. Oh no, I've got a watering can. Let's do the watering can. I've found both sides, look. So this is how I would do it. Okay, so find both your watering cans, and then you've got one this is engraved with little tiny hearts, which is uber cute. Gosh, I'm not running out of time. I'm not going to have time. Okay, and then all you're going to do is, let's get some colour on here. I just want to show you how quick and easy these are to make. So I'm going to grab a couple of different colours. And don't go too heavy, because remember, it is actually, it's a paper, very thick paper, but it's super absorbent. So when it gets a bit wet, if you over wet it, it can tear quite easily. So if you do find that you get it a bit wet with your inks or your paints, whatever, just put it to a side or blast it with your heat gun, and then you'll get the moisture out of it, and it'll just go back to being a little bit more substantial, and the structure will kind of come back to it. So I'm just going to do a couple of different ones. There we go, that one's nice. And just be careful, I'm kind of being a bit rough here. Just rushing for time. I didn't realise what time we were on. Time flies when you're having fun.
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to put a little bit of peacock feather. So I'm using Distress Oxides here. And if you're wondering what I'm using to clean up, because look how fab it is at cleaning my inks, this is our spongy sponge and cloth. So the other things I've got in here are all these gorgeous flowers and bits and pieces. I've got in fact I've not got a lot left because I've been using them all, but I've not got much time anyway. So let's get a little bit of colour on these. I'll use the roses. Okay, and let's just have some pink. And you've even got the little rosebuds on here. So remember, you've got that code CS30 to use. Gosh, I need to. Chris, can you pick a winner?
Yes. Yes, I can.
We're nearly out of time, aren't we? I'm going to just put a little bit. Let's put a little bit of orange on our roses, just to add a little bit more colour. And I'm glad I'm having to do this quick because it's showing you how easy they are to make. Okay. And so what we're going to do, we're going to grab this. Okay, I'm going to grab some glue. I'm going to just use a high-tack glue for now. Now, what I'm going to do first, where's my thing gone? This is how I do it. I like to do it. Get your foliage and let's just glue the foliage in first. That might be a bit big for in there, but never mind. Okay, and then, so I'm gluing it onto the back. And I've just dropped all the bits that I want. Okay. What time are we on? Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, and then just then grab your flowers and put them at the front. And by doing it that way, you're kind of in control of where all your bits are going to be. I've just dropped a piece that I want. Okay, and then I've got a little bit here that I'm not actually going, sorry, I've just realised I'm off screen. I've got a little bit here that I'm not even going to colour. So we'll just have that go in there. And I quite like the fact that I'm leaving this quite plain. So with the watering can, I'm just, or ideally, in an ideal world, you're going to literally let this kind of settle and let your glue dry, but obviously I've not got time. So I'm just going to slot that in here. Oops. Again. Obviously take a bit more time, but you can see that it just slots in. Only bits are coming. Don't rush and try and do it in 5 minutes like I just have and get glue everywhere. And then my other one is just going to slot in, and actually this base doesn't fit this watering can, but never mind. And then all you're going to do is you just nip that together in the middle there. Okay, get rid of the glue, and that's it. That's your little decoration done. Isn't that cute? Absolutely. I just think these are adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay, Chris, have you picked a winner?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, we've got our winner. Drum roll, please. First of all, don't forget to use your code CS30 for all of your shopping on the website, which Chris has left links in the comments for you. All the products you've seen today are all in a category, so to make it easy for you. So, Jill Till, you have won £25 to spend in the Polkadoodles store. Woohoo! Happy Easter. I'm sorry it couldn't be chocolate. Maybe we should have had a chocolate egg, actually. We could have given away an egg. Have you got a spare Easter egg?
No,
I'm on a diet, so I haven't got any. Chocolates off the menu for me this year. So, look how cute that is. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it lovely? Let me show that. Look. Isn't that cute? So, thank you for joining us. I think we've run out. Oh, we've got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Was there any questions that did anybody have any questions at all? You've all been quite quiet today. Jill loves 3D crafting. You're going to love this. Hopefully you've loved it today then. So your code is valid until Wednesday, I think it is. Don't forget, in case you missed it earlier, Dawn will be back in the Craft Store studio on the 24th, which I think is Thursday, at 10 and 4. And she's going to do some really great demos for you. You know Dawn Wheeler, I just love everything that she does. She's crackers. So I can't wait to see Dawn, and I hope you'll join her at 10 and 4. And she's got some exclusives and some good deals for you again. So, and I don't know when I'm back on Crosstalk. I think probably maybe next week. I'm not sure, but I'll be back soon. Thank you for joining us. And any questions at all, just keep leaving them in the comments, and I'll keep checking them later. So even if you haven't watched it live, we'll be able to answer. Jill, I will be watch out, because if we're not friends on Facebook, I'll be direct messaging you to sort out your gift voucher. Well done, congratulations. And thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. And I'm going now to go and tidy my desk up and put this on a shelf somewhere. Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.